Sorry, the mic is muted.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. We're gonna do a recap of 1 Samuel 3 before we get into 1 Samuel 4. So God speaks to Samuel for the first time. Samuel was unsure who was speaking to him. He thought it was Eli. You remember he went to him and Eli was blind, so he couldn't, or deaf, no, blind. So he didn't know if he needed help. God tells Samuel about the judgment coming to the house of Eli, and then we see the beginning of Samuel's prophetic ministry. So this chapter was very storytelling. I feel like it was pretty easy to understand, so the questions are pretty basic. So who did the Israelites go out to fight against? Nina. Yeah, the Philistines. And who won that first battle? They. John.
The Philistine, yeah.
Right? And 4,000 men died, so it was a small battle compared to the one to come.
Yeah.
The elders of Israel asked, "Why did the Lord bring defeat upon us?" What do you think the answer is?
Because
Go ahead.
the ark went out with them. That's what he's saying.
They did say that, but so it's not directly said in the chapter what I'm looking for. Like, why do you think that they didn't win?
Because they were deviating from the commandment of the Lord.
Very good, right? They were living in sin.
Yeah.
The high priest had unrighteous
Yeah.
children that he
Yeah.
wasn't really reprimanding.
Yeah.
And the whole nation was corrupt at that time.
Yeah.
So you basically said, what did the Israelites bring to the camp to bring them hope? And it was the ark, like
Yeah.
yeah. I wasn't really sure what that was, so I looked it up a little bit further, and it's just a representation of the throne of God in Israel, and they hoped it would bring them confidence.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looked like, and then inside was the 10 Commandments. Aaron's.
You were going to ask us what's inside the heart.
Well, that wasn't in the chapter. We're quizzing on 1 Samuel 4.
Yeah.
Aaron's budding staff, and then a sample of manna. Does bringing the Ark of the Covenant work?
No,
it did not.
Good. They, instead of humbly repenting to God, they turned to methods that God never approved of. They looked at the ark to save them and not the power of God.
Yeah.
So how do the Philistines feel when they hear the ark? That the Israelites were cheering? Nina?
They were afraid.
Yeah, right. They were worried, and the Philistines understood that the ark represented the presence of God. And it's interesting because the Philistines had their own God, and if they believed that their God was greater, they shouldn't have been worried at that time because. But you know. And then we know God is greater and deserves submission, yet we often resist. We think we might know best sometimes.
Yeah.
Who won the second battle? That right. 30,000 more men died.
Yeah.
And the ark was captured, which was more of a pain to the nation of Israel at the time. And then the two sons died, just like the God's prophecy said was going to happen.
Yeah.
So this is just an indication that we can't live however we want and then call on God to make it better. We need to incorporate God into our lives all the time. So what news did Benjamin the messenger bring back to share with Eli? Renee?
That his two children died.
Yeah, right. So that the basically lost the battle, the ark had been captured, and his son died.
Yeah.
And then what was Eli's response to this? Ralph, I know.
Yeah.
You know it.
They made him fall back and broke his neck.
Right.
Well, he said that he was very old and he was like close to 100 years old.
And also said that.
And then he was like, I also said that one of the commentary that
He was very heavy.
He was very out of shape.
Yeah, so I was.
He was 98.
Yeah.
And the chapter also said like his heart ached, probably because the ark was lost at that time, but also maybe he could have had a heart attack or something like that too.
His neck, they said.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah. And then Eli's son went into labor, and how did she feel about having a son afterward? Or I mean, Eli's son's wife.
Yeah.
How did she feel about having that son?
I mean, she felt that the spirit of God had left Israel, but
Right, she wasn't really happy. She was suffering, and then she named the child Ichabod, which means the glory has departed from Israel.
And she died.
Yeah, and she died. Ended up dying too. So that's the. I mean, when you have a child, you should be excited, and she.
He was.
I mean, he's kind of left with
the sorrow put her into labor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty straightforward chapter. God's prophecy came.
Easy to understand.
Yeah, it's like a storytelling.
Story, yeah.
So, anybody have any questions?
And I only think about Eli.
Eli. Well, that's not his name. His name is Elijah. Okay. Elijah.